We are tracking a major winter storm for this weekend, and nearly none of it may end up being snow. I'll tell you what that means. Karen?
Also ahead, he was convicted of sexually assaulting a teenager at a local dance studio. Today, the judge hands down his punishment. Plus, we're getting word of a new royal split. Prince Harry and his wife shaking up the British royal family with a new declaration of independence. Hi, Paula.
I want you to take a look at this. We're going to show you how conserving particles, often the size of a grain of sand, to get a masterpiece ready for a big move.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, the former owner of a Clausen dance studio is looking at a long prison sentence. Christopher Keene was convicted of sexually assaulting a teenager. Keene was arrested after a student came forward alleging he was abused by him in 2013 and 2014 at the dance studio and at Keene's home. Today, the judge handed down a sentence of 18 to 60 years in prison. Moving to that ongoing 696 ooze investigation, the city of Madison Heights taking action against Gary Sayers, the owner of the plant that leaked the green ooze onto I-696. Sayers was not in court this morning as he's currently serving time in prison. The city wants the plant demolished, but his attorney asked the judge to adjourn the case for a year, arguing Sayers won't be able to defend himself. The judge denied that motion and moved the civil trial forward.
We have to move forward on this. It's very important that we get an order to demolish the building, and it will be demolished at the time when Eagle and EPA give us the go-ahead to do it.
The court will work with the Federal Prison Bureau and have Sayers testify through video conference. That trial set to begin on Monday. New at 5, consumer investigator Hank Winchester goes to Lansing with some tough questions about this case.
We are in Lansing. We're asking the tough questions about the green ooze mystery.
I'm imagining behind closed doors here at the state, somebody's got to be saying, we screwed this up. I mean, if there's ooze seeping onto the roadway, somebody made a big mistake. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
So who made the mistake? Who's being held responsible for that?
New tonight at 5 o'clock, I'm revealing how this problem was able to continue for so long and if state investigators feel like the public may be in danger. Help Me Hank live at 5.
Former Michigan State University football coach, athletic director, and trustee George Perles has died. Perles played football for the Spartans back in the 50s, then was the team's head coach from 1983 to 1994. He also coached in the NFL before returning to Michigan State to serve as the school's athletic director. Perles was 85 years old. Tonight at 5, we're going to take a look back at his long career and the impact the Nassar scandal has had on his legacy. Oh, buckle up for a winter weather roller coaster the next few days. Today, we've got some bitter cold, and Ben is standing by with a peek at what's ahead.
Yeah, Karen, this weekend forecast is not looking good, and that may be an understatement. This is the storm that we're tracking that's just now starting to come onto the California coast, and you can see it pushing in there. Ahead of that, all the moisture being shoveled into the central part of the United States, and then eventually here, we'll start seeing the rain fall late tomorrow night, and then that's going to eventually lead to 3 inches plus of liquid across southeast Michigan, even if it falls all in the form of rain. With ground temperatures that are near or below freezing, this could be a major headache. We're looking at a flooding triple threat. Underpasses, especially in some of our urban areas, obviously could be flooded. Road closures definitely a possibility as well. On the waterways, not only rivers and streams, but the big east side lakes, because of the northeast wind during this, could be seeing flooding as well. And if you're in a home that typically sees basement flooding when we have weather like this, take precautions now, because we definitely could be seeing that in play as well. We'll look at the timing of this entire system and see whether or not there's a chance that it may miss us at all. Coming up in a few minutes, Karen.
All right, thank you, Ben. It does look like we could be at another turning point in America's standoff with Iran. President Donald Trump addressed the nation a few hours ago and seemed to tone down the rhetoric.
Our great American forces are prepared for anything. Iran appears to be standing down, which is a good thing for all parties concerned and a very good thing for the world.
The president spoke less than 24 hours after Iran launched missile strikes at 2 American bases in Iraq. The president confirmed no Americans or Iraqis were harmed in those attacks. Kimberly Gill picking up the coverage from the newsroom. And Kim, there are still many unanswered questions.
Yeah, Karen, there are. Good afternoon to you. Those questions include, is Iran truly done with its retaliation? Also, Congress still wants to know more about the justification for taking out Iranian General Qassem Soleimani. Members of Congress are being briefed this afternoon. In Iran today, the general was laid to rest. His burial was delayed after a deadly stampede left dozens dead. Still, a huge crowd turned out to say goodbye. Iran's leaders played up the missile strikes as revenge against the U.S., but the country's president says the ultimate goal is to get America to leave the Middle East entirely. President Trump sounded less combative today, slapping Iran with new economic sanctions and asking NATO to get involved in the region.
The fact that we have this great military and equipment, however, does not mean we have to use it. We do not want to use it. American strength, both military and economic, is the best deterrent.
I hope that the president and the Iranian leadership will take the opportunity to de-escalate the situation. We've already come unnecessarily and perilously close to a full conflict with Iran, and that is in no one's interest.
And this information just into the newsroom. Karen, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the House will vote on a war powers resolution tomorrow, trying to curb the president's ability to order more strikes. Michigan's own Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin will bring that resolution to the Rules Committee tonight. So we'll have more on this coming up your way at 5. Until then, we'll send it back to you, Karen.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. In a surprising coincidence, just as Iran launched those attacks last night, a Ukrainian Boeing 737 crashed shortly after takeoff from Tehran. All 176 people on board are dead. This was not one of those 737 MAX planes that have been grounded since last March. Pieces of debris are scattered all over. Right now, Iran says it suspects mechanical issues, but Ukraine isn't ready to agree with that assessment. The jet was just 3.5 years old. Former Nissan chairman Carlos Ghosn makes his first public appearance since fleeing Japan ahead of his trial for alleged financial misconduct. The former chair spoke at a news conference in Beirut. The former auto industry titan described his detention conditions in Japan as a, quote, travesty against human rights and dignity.
I had spent the previous months being interrogated for up to 8 hours a day without any lawyers present, without an understanding of what exactly I was being accused of, without access to the evidence that justify this travesty against my human rights and dignity.
Ghosn's unexpected escape has embarrassed Japanese authorities. Here at home, a really cool exhibition of sorts is happening this week at the Detroit Institute of Arts. A masterpiece is getting ready for a big move. The decades-old canvas is showing signs of aging and needs some special preparation. Paula Tutman is the first to bring you an inside look at the intricate process.
So, of course, this art is massive, and that really is part of the challenge. But the public really has a rare opportunity to enjoy an artistic endeavor. We're talking about just this pursuit of creative, technical, and artistic conservation as this conservator gets this piece of art ready to go on a brief holiday.
The mixed media canvas by Ansam Kiefer is called Das Gapiet. It takes you to an Indian brick factory, a wide-angle view, and you may not see the intricate detail, but look closer and you'll see doors and texture and smoke. You can almost feel the sand on the floor of the canvas because it is sand. But as this canvas prepares to go on vacation to make way for a new temporary exhibit, age and infirmity have to be taken into consideration. And that's where a team of highly trained conservation technologists at the DIA have been spending hours just preparing the canvas to be moved to storage.
There's a lot of sand. This is really thick oil paint. There's some shellac. There's this charcoal. And we're seeing a lot of flaking and cracking.
Becca is one of the conservationists, and she always has the weight of a masterpiece and a still living artist to add pressure to the task of making sure the art remains intact.
I examined the painting for like several hours to figure out a treatment plan, to arrive at my ultimate goal, which is getting it to be stable.
She creates cradles and braces.
So this is Japanese tissue. It's really strong archival paper, and I'm placing it over elements that I fear might loosen or detach during deinstallation.
She injects adhesive to stabilize bits of clay, wire, and actual sand, because every granule is important to the original vision of the artist.
In reality, this is a conservation treatment. I'm not actually changing the way the work looks at all.
When all is said and done, some 80 hours of planning, taping, gluing, and gnashing over every little detail will be well spent to preserve the grandeur of art.
It's really important to keep the artist's vision and ethics as part of this too. It's their piece in the end. We're just like caretakers, really just about making sure what has survived continues to be enjoyed and preserved.
And so this is what's really cool about this, because Thursday and Friday, the public is actually invited to come in and watch this process for free. Of course, if you live in Wayne, Macomb, or Oakland counties. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Such intricate work. Thank you, Paula. By the way, tomorrow and Friday are the last days the public will have that opportunity to see the conservation work. As a bonus, you'll be able to ask questions and see the process in an intimate way before the canvas disappears for a full year. Still ahead, here first at 4, it is the Royal Rebellion making some headlines all around the world. We're going to talk about some big news from Prince Harry and his wife. That's in trending stories. And airport security breach, how this guy allegedly got past 2 checkpoints, and the odd timing connected to a presidential flight. Up first, tossed out of church. One congregation shows it's not taking any chances when it comes to possible intruders. More on this video next.
Still dealing with annoying robocalls? How you can cash in if you're getting calls from telemarketers. Help Me Hank shows you how it all works tomorrow starting at 6 a.m.